right, welcome to this week's edition of the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan, brought to you in part by our friends out of Three Rivers Boat and RV Storage on 1350 ESPN. Hope everyone's having a great Saturday all across the good old US of A. June 29th, 2024. Can you believe it? Or July is just around the corner, man. I'm telling you, it's just years going by quick. Got a lot to tell you about today. We're going to have Jeff Kopasaka from the Iowa Department of Natural Resources on here real quick. Going to talk a little bit about walleye fishing in Iowa, and we're getting close to the end of the Midwest Walleye Challenge, so we'll do that with Jeff. And we're going to talk a little bit about hunting out west and getting ready for deer season with Clint Whitley from the Western Hunting Hub. He'll be on in the 8 o'clock hour. In between there, we're going to give you the fishing reports brought to you by Sportsman's Warehouse, the Bait Caddy, Midwest Walleye Challenge, and Trika Fishing. And we'll take your calls if you want to call in at 515-244-1350, 515-244-1350. We'll give you the secret listener winner today and a whole bunch of other stuff here on the Outdoor Call Radio Show. How about that? Got the live stream going from our friends over there at Imperial RV. Good morning, Tony, Richard. Good morning. Hope you had a great weekend. Scotty Mueller in Oklahoma, good morning. Thanks for watching. Jerry Hall, good morning. Harry, good morning. And Steve Martin. He's a wild and crazy guy. Morning. Have a good weekend. Holiday week. You too, Stephen. I appreciate that. Good to see everybody. Show is brought to you in part by our good friends out at Three Rivers Boat and RV Storage. If you need a place to put your camper, your boat, trailer, ATV, whatever, give them a holler, and they'll take great care of you. Three Rivers Boat and RV that's out in Carlisle. It's $60 a month. You get 1 month free if you pay for a year in advance. You get a 12x50 assigned spot. They got secure gates 24/7. Security cameras are up. Discounts for multiple spots. Just give Tracy, Dick, or Danielle a call at 515-822-1362 and tell them thanks for sponsoring outdoor programming. Good people out there. All right, let's head over to the phones. I got some thank yous to do here in a minute. I'm going to tell you about some nice people that helped me out this week, but let's get old Jeff on the phone because he's a busy man. He's with the fisheries department. He's busy, aren't you? You're busy, Jeff.
I am a busy man, Dan, but I always make time for you.
Well, I appreciate that. That's very nice of you. So, can you believe it? We're almost at the end of the challenge already. It's crazy.
It is. It's crazy, but it's been a great run. A lot of people catching a lot of great fish out there in Iowa and all across the Midwest.
You know, I talked to our buddy Richard the other day, and I asked him how many times he's won this year, and he goes, "I don't think I've won, or I think I've only won once." We must have a lot more anglers on the contest than the apps this year.
We definitely grew quite a bit this year. We had maybe between 80 and 90 anglers reporting fish last year, and we're up well over 125 this year.
Well, that's awesome.
Yep.
That's good. And how's the others? Morning, Roger, up in New York. Good to see you. Richard said to tell you good morning, Jeff. He's listening on the live stream this morning.
Good deal. Good morning, Richard.
Did we pick up more people in Missouri and Illinois? Is it still spotty down there?
Missouri's really pretty spotty, but Illinois did a nice job. They came along pretty well.
Okay.
They've had over 400 fish caught, over 850 hours spent fishing, and in fact, they have the best catch rate of any state or province in the whole deal.
Wow.
They're catching about a half a fish per hour, which is just a little above Iowa. We're just around 0.4, and region-wide, catch rates are catch rates are about 0.3, so you're going to get about fish every 3 hours or so all the way across the Midwest, which is crazy because the last 2 years in Iowa, we've been over 1 fish per hour. And so just looking at the data like I do, at first I thought, man, we're having a rough time here in Iowa, but it's actually just been a slow walleye year everywhere. And you talk to Richard and the folks that have fished this for a couple years, and they have said all along it's just been a slower bite this year.
Yeah.
And I don't have an explanation for it, but I can tell you it's not just here. It's pretty much everywhere.
Richard said he just couldn't get the big ones. He caught a lot of shorts out of, I won't say where he fishes at, but he would send me pictures quite a bit, and he said they've been catching some really nice ones up in Nebraska.
Yes, they have. Nebraska is leading. The last time I looked, they had 3 fish over 29.5 inches, where the biggest one in Iowa was 29.5, and I know that one came out of Big Creek. That was a nice fish.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's good. Morning, Mark Parker. Good to see you, buddy, up there in Michigan. Good to see you. Thanks for watching. Hope you're doing well, buddy. I need to catch up with you. I tell you, Jeff, it's crazy. I can't wait to get out of this walking boot. Richard actually came over, and we were talking, and we're going to go fishing as soon as I get out of this stupid walking boot. But it's just killing me not to get out there and fish.
Well, I tell you, we'll have opportunities coming up. We slow down for the summer here in July and August, but we're going to kick back up with a fall Midwest Walleye Challenge into September and through October. Now, I know that you want to be in your deer stand some of that time, but it's going to be done before the rut. And so some fall walleye fished in Iowa is just phenomenal. And so and we're going to add this data that we've had from the spring up with that fall data. And just, the anglers are doing such a tremendous job working with us, and we want to make the fishing better for them. And it's just a great partnership between the agency and the anglers.
So we're going to do September and October?
We are going to start that at the end of September, that last weekend before October. So it'll be just maybe a handful of days in September, and then all through the month of October, we're going to run the Walleye Challenge.
Okay, so tomorrow's the last day for the main run, and then we'll pick it back up again. Now, is that going to be for all the states?
Yes.
Okay.
Now we did pretty much like individual, like there was an individual Iowa Walleye Challenge this spring.
Yeah.
We're going to combine everybody together in the fall.
Okay. Well, I'm glad to hear that, because I know I'm going to be up in Minnesota in October at the Pines, because I'm going to try to get up there at the end of this month and try to catch some fish, but then I'm going to go back up in the end of September or something and try to fish for 4 or 5 days. And usually fall fishing up there is pretty good. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'd like to at least get a couple more zero or shorts or whatever and entered before it's over with.
Well, and I think really what's really good for you, Dan, is the hard luck prizes. Like,
well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
That water, and then you can take home a prize for all your catches.
I need all the help I can get. Absolutely. Good morning, Nita Joe. Hopefully the Richard says hopefully it starts. Hi, John. Good to see you. Thank you for watching this morning. Well, I'm excited, Jeff. That's fun. I know everybody had fun with it. I know we got some people in the down in Illinois and Missouri up on board this year talking about it down there. So I'm just thinking, it's like Iowa. Iowa's grown the last 3 years. It'll keep going as long as we keep pushing it. So
that's exactly right. We've got way more, almost 100 different water bodies in Iowa where anglers have reported catching fish. And, we did better last year on the Mississippi River. It's just been tough this spring. The river's been up. Everything's up. When we come to the fall, I really expect that to switch. The water should be down, and I really think the anglers are going to be able to hammer the walleyes this fall, especially on the Mississippi River. But our interior rivers across Iowa have phenomenal walleye fisheries too, and so it's going to be interesting to see what pans out this fall, because we got great numbers this spring. We had more anglers, more water bodies, more trips, more hours fished. We caught about 1,000 less fish than last year, but that has everything to do with it just being a tougher year and not anything to do with the anglers, because they've been out there, they've been doing a great job.
Sure. Well, and it's fun. I mean, it's good data for the fisheries department. You got a chance to win some really good stuff. I mean, those are some amazing trips you guys are giving away, and it just helps everybody around, and it tells you guys what you need to do for stocking at the DNR side, and I just think that's it's just a great program. So we're very glad to be part of all of this in a small way. So.
Well, we appreciate it, Dan. You're doing a great job getting the word out, and folks like Richard and Jeff Taylor up in Fort Dodge at the bait shop up there. He's just lots of folks really understanding what we're trying to do and how we're trying to partner together and just building this thing. And it's a wonderful experience. I've gotten to know some great people like Richard as a part of this, and I really look forward to doing this on into the future.
Everybody knows Richard. It's crazy. I'll talk to people in Illinois, they know him there. I'll talk to people in Minnesota, they know him there. I don't know about North Dakota. He's all over the place. It's crazy. So, Shane, good morning. Scott down in Oklahoma said it's just been too hot to fish. I hear you there. It's been warm, that's for sure. Early mornings, late evenings are probably your best bite right now, huh, Jeff?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yep. And that's one of the really cool things, with the data that we're collecting. We don't know the spot. Like secret spots stay secret. But we've been working with the staff in multiple states, and the folks in Indiana were looking at that exact thing, seeing what the time of all of the catches were.
Yeah.
And trying to figure out if they need to go intensively look at a specific water body. When should they have their creel clerks out there talking to the anglers? And the data that we collect in this really is insightful. And like you say, early morning and late evening. And to be honest, a lot of folks go after work. And so what we've seen is the majority of the catches are that evening time frame. After not too many folks get up early and go fishing before work, but a lot of folks like to go fishing after work.
Oh, absolutely. That's for sure.
Yep.
How's Easter Lake? Is Easter Lake got decent walleye in there since the restock now, or did you guys? What was that like when the lake got finished?
So Easter Lake, phenomenal. There are walleye in there, absolutely. Are people catching and reporting a lot of walleyes from there? They are not. That doesn't mean they're not there. I've been looking at that specific thing over the last few years, trying to figure out where do we put walleyes and people don't really catch them. And Easter Lake is one of those places. Another one is Badger Creek.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We put walleyes out there. I'm looking at the data in front of me right now. Not a single fish was reported from Badger Creek last year. Not a single fish has been reported from there this year. And we don't have any reported from Easter. So that's the kind of thing that we're trying to figure out. Are there better places to put those walleyes? Because we know they're there. We stocked them there. And if people aren't utilizing that, then is that the best investment of our resources? Or should we be putting more a different place? And some of that is also, maybe it's just not a good walleye lake.
Well, you just don't see a lot of boats out there. I think when the water was out of there, you got to see the topography of that lake really good. Because I live right by there, and I would imagine there's a hump out there as you go around the corner. And I would say along the dam and around that hump would be a good spot to isolate walleyes.
Yep. And I trust you implicitly on that. You do this more than me. I can catch walleyes, but it's only the dumb ones.
Yeah, well, I'm with you, man. I'd rather catch a 1,000 dumb ones than one smart one any day. I'm good. Alan wants to know when do tournament permits go on sale for 2025?
September 1st.
September 1st.
And we're actually going to change that up this year. Normally we have turned that switch on at midnight. That's silly. It's not good for our customers. I don't need to be staying up till midnight anymore to watch the data and make sure things are working. So we're going to switch that up. I think we're going to do it at either 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. on September 1st. And we're going to let people enjoy their day and get their night of sleep. And
is that for Is that for the walleye challenge?
No, that is when we allow tournaments. Like especially a lot of bass tournaments. And
okay,
stuff like that.
I got you.
Scheduling for the following year. Yep.
I didn't know Badger had walleyes, Alan said. That's good news. See, Alan, it pays to listen to the show sometimes. Richard says, Daniel Whitley, spot on. They are early morning. Daniel said the bite around 4 a.m. has been really good. Let's see. Easter Lake back in the 90s had some really big walleyes. There's some really nice crappies and Badger. Richard Grimes at 4 a.m. to early light has been good. Richard and Daniel are having a conversation on the live stream. There you go. Too much pressure on lakes that have tournaments. So, yeah, but you got to fish somewhere, Dan. Come on, got to be fishing somewhere. That's why the fall's a good time to go fishing because a lot of people do get in the hunting mode, or kids are back to school, and a lot of times you can have a lake all to yourself when you get out there. It's kind of nice in the fall.
I've been involved in my kids' sports in the fall for many, many years. So I had 1 year off, and I did a lot of fall fishing, and it was fantastic.
Yeah, the fall bites can be as good or better than the spring for sure. Jeff, hang on. I got to take a real quick break. I'll be right back on 1350 ESPN.
You're hunting, and a deer tick just crawled onto your leg and is burying its head into your flesh. You can't feel the bite, and you may or may not find the tick. In the coming weeks, you may or may not notice a red ring around the bite. Shortly thereafter, you may or may not get really sick. Your doctor may or may not test you for Lyme disease. The test may or may
allergies, folks. It's the allergies.
May not get the medication needed.
Idaho State University.
On time, you could have a lifetime of complications. Don't take that chance. Get Limited clothing from Game Hide. Limited features insect shield. Repellent that is fused to the fabric fibers. Ticks hate it. A Limited clothing will retain its effectiveness for the life of the garment and needs no special care. The treatment is odorless and invisible. Wearing a Limited can help protect you from ticks, chiggers,
morning, everybody.
Insects, and is featured in a complete line of quality Game Hide hunting clothing.
Come back with the Ducky song.
Visit GameHide.com.
Yeah,
Hi, this is your old friend Speed over at Speed's Golf Cars.
yeah, Speed was up in Minnesota. Brooklyn, Minnesota or something.
I can't say I know where that is.
There you go, Gary. Good morning.
Where's that from, Minneapolis?
It's got to be around here somewhere. I don't know. I've never been to Brooklyn, Minnesota.
I've never heard of it.
Let the folks at Speed's handle your golf cart needs. Check out our website for a complete inventory at speedsgolfcart.com.
Vanes are very
Morning, Joshua.
important to your arrow flight and for consistent grouping. Flex Fletch and its fine lineup of products has been helping archers steer their arrows for over 50 years. Silent Night vanes are 30% thinner with a much greater taper than vanes out there. This contributes to a dramatic reduction of in-flight drag. Flex Fletch vanes also have the capability of reshaping or bounce back after pass-through shots on targets or game. This ensures consistent arrow flight every time. Flex Fletch offers a variety of colors, sizes, and styles for any archer to use in their
tracks,
setup.
footprints, and Bigfoot history. Yeah.
Flex Fletch has the
Morning,
vane
Chuck.
for you. To see these great veins,
Yeah, I
and
think the last
adhesives
time I
like
looked
zinc
on
or
YouTube, it was
Flex
like
Bond to get a
5,500
great
views or
seal
whatever.
on your arrow when you fletch.
I mean,
Go to your local dealer or
Morning, Chris.
FlexFletch.com. Flex Fletch, proudly
And
made
it
in
was
the
a really good
USA,
decision
based
to
out of
Morning,
Minnesota.
Chuck.
have us put it on YouTube. Great. That was...
You're ready for your next outdoor adventure.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of viewers for that unknown files.
Well, Tacticam has been helping hunters do that very thing. Whether it's one of our 5.0 or the 5.0 wide camera, you're going to capture
two
your
more
hunts
after
like
this.
never before. They can help you cover your bow fishing
One
trips
pop
with
and
the new
not a pop.
Tacticam fish cam that's totally waterproof and
I
ready
gotta
to
get me
record
some more
awesome
popcorn.
bow fishing
A
action.
lot of pop.
All the
man,
Tacticam
go-
cameras feature 4K resolution.
Go up to the store.
I'm
Feature
gonna have
live
to.
stream capabilities with over 2.5 hours of record time that feature image
I
stabilization.
need to do a show from there.
Other cameras in its class. The Tacticam
There you go,
remote lets
Daniel.
hook up multiple cameras to one remote to capture more angles and shots
I
like
got a Rupert's Roost in Peace turkey call to give away this morning. This is the Ridge Runner. This is a good one. And then I've got, I'll probably give this away first. I got a Camprite camping table that goes to your chair. It's a chair table. This is really cool.
In these times when a lot of us are working,
we'll probably give that away first.
It's even more important to make sure your home is the right temperature and comfortable. Now is a great time to call the experts at Wyckoff Heating and Cooling at 287-6000 to schedule a check on your current heating and cooling systems. Is your house too dry and giving your family issues? A Honeywell dehumidifier system installed with your AC heating system can solve that issue right away. Wyckoff Heating and Cooling is a family-owned and operated business that has been serving Iowa residents and businesses for over 70 years. They offer 24-hour service and programs.
Alan, the contest ends tomorrow after tomorrow, and then it's going to start again at the end of September for October. So if you just check the app, you should be able. But I'll ask him for you when we come back.
Cooling will bring you peace of mind under your roof every day.
In the mood for a great family treat or a special gift idea? Hop on over to the Lotta Pop store.
They keep that app pretty up to date, Alan.
That's where you'll find
that's that My Catch app.
The most delicious Iowa-grown popcorn in the central Iowa area. You'll love the fresh hot flavors like caramel apple, kettle corn, jalapeno cheddar, cheddar cheese, birthday cake, or patriotic mix, just to name a few. You'll find something for everyone at Lotta Pop.
You're welcome, buddy.
30 seconds. You pick out the perfect variety pack, tin or gift package. Lotta Pop has everything you'll need, from ready-to-eat popcorn to all the fixings to make great popcorn at any event. Everyone loves popcorn, especially when it's from Lotta Pop. It's the same great popcorn you'll find in the Iowa State Games, locally grown and popped to perfection. Lotta Pop can help with any special occasion, corporate events, and special fundraisers.
You get hit with that?
For more information, contact Lotta Pop at 515-262-3243 or go online at lottapop.com.
Yeah, man, we got so much rain the other night. It was ridiculous.
You're listening to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN.
Put down the ducky. Put down the ducky if you want to play the saxophone. You didn't hear a word I said. You gotta get it through your head. Don't be a stubborn cluck. Ernie, lay aside the duck. I learned a thing or two from years of playing in the band.
All right, welcome back to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN. Put down the ducky. Haven't heard that in a long time. Good to see everybody on the live stream this morning. We got a lot of people doing that. Yes, sir, Richard. Awesome. This is my first year doing a challenge, Daniel said. Hey, Jeff, real quick, when are we going to be able to get a chance to look? Are we going to be able to scroll back and look through the whole season and see analytics?
Absolutely. After last year, I pulled all that information together, did a presentation and recorded that on YouTube.
Yep.
And it's my intention to do that same kind of thing. I have to give a talk on how everything went in a couple of months, and so I'm gonna pull that information together and do some analysis, and I will make sure that we have that stuff available again.
You know, you should talk to Sean, and you guys should try to do like a 20-minute podcast. Call it the Midwest Challenge Report or something. And if you guys do that, I'll run that on the Outdoor Call Radio Network next year.
Absolutely. You bet. We will do that.
Okay. Yeah, and then all you got to do is just talk about some of the highlights, some lakes. Talk about who's, the best fishing going on. Talk about places to go that are, we just had somebody said didn't know Badger had walleyes. And, that would be good PR for the DNR and for Sean. And, I'll do it for you. I'll just throw it on the network on Tuesdays. On Tuesdays, all fishing shows anyway. So that would go good with the format.
Outstanding. Yeah. We'll get that done.
Okay. No, that sounds good. I think that would be great information for everybody, and we could have some fun with that for the Outdoor Call Radio Network. So get the app, folks. It's free to listen, free to download, and, that's 24-hour, 7-day-a-week outdoor radio for you. So, good morning, Hank.
I got a question. I got a thing that we should talk about.
Yeah, hang on.
Yep.
Hey, hang on. Hank, good morning down at Revelton. Good to see you, buddy. Morning. Anita has some nice walleyes. Go ahead, Jeff.
So one of the anglers that's on the live stream or whatever said something about the lakes that have too much tournament pressure.
Was that Daniel or Alan? I can't remember.
I don't remember either. But let's dig into that since you've got me on the radio right now. You know, we know that Brushy Creek Lake has more tournaments than any other individual water body in the state of Iowa.
Yeah.
And usually about 40-plus bass tournaments per year on Brushy Creek. So we worked with Iowa State and a fisheries professor there and some grad students looking specifically at what's happening with the bass population in Brushy Creek, and are those tournaments having an impact on that water body? And that is a highly pressured system, the most pressured system in the state. And yet the bass population is really outstanding there. The post-tournament mortality is really low. In fact, more fish there die of old age than die from having been a part of that tournament. Now, can you see some of those fish are a little bit beat up? Yep. But we also know that the majority of the fish were not caught multiple times across all those tournaments, right? Mm-hmm. So you'll have a few fish that are the frequent offenders that get caught again and again and again, but it really wasn't the majority of them. And we would see fish again and again in the electrofishing, but they weren't necessarily getting caught multiple times by the angler. So they were there and they were fine, but they weren't really, it was not having a population level effect on those fish. Now they might be getting smarter and get a little bit harder to catch. That means we as anglers just need to figure it out a little bit better. But it's really not problematic on a water body scale or the fish population in that water body.
Yeah, I would imagine Brushy 12 mile. Daniel said 12 mile. Good morning, Larissa. LC, how you doing? Brushy 12 mile, Big Creek, some of the bigger lakes up north. I would imagine they get a lot of pressure.
You know, everything else is maybe half of what Brushy gets.
Really?
Pool 10, gets hit pretty hard. Those 9, 10, and 11 have just phenomenal bass populations, both smallmouth and largemouth. West Okoboji is really picking up over the last few years, but still way fewer tournaments than Brushy has. And, you know, down 3 miles down right now, but 12 mile, Green Valley, 3 mile, a lot of the pressure gets spread across those multiple water bodies. So there are tournaments down there, but they tend to be much smaller tournaments than what we see at some of the bigger systems. So, yeah, it's happening, and I understand the anglers' concerns, but our job is to make sure it's not happening too much, and we actually set aside weekends and one weekend date at a number of those systems just to give non-tournament anglers more opportunities and to give the fish a break.
Yeah.
So we're doing all kinds of things on the science side and on the management side just to make sure that we're not overtaxing those systems. Perception, I understand the perception, but we also deal with the science of the reality too.
Yeah, Alan says great info. Daniel says, what about a crappie challenge?
So, yes, we are contemplating other species in the future, but here's the deal. Crappie populations are historically challenging to manage because they are very cyclical, and the reason we're doing the walleye challenge is because we invest so heavily in the stocking of walleyes.
Yeah.
We do not invest heavily in stocking crappies. In fact, we don't invest in stocking crappies at all, unless we're restarting a lake, kind of thing. So right now we're utilizing this tool that we're partnering with the anglers as a management strategy to best utilize our hatchery resources of walleyes.
Yeah, I got you.
So those other species that we invest in the stocking manner, hybrid striped bass, muskie, channel catfish, I would say that those are the ones that we are more likely to move forward with next. We also don't know very much about smallmouth bass, and one of one of our biologists would be interested in us doing something along those lines, just to get a better handle on what our populations look like. So crappies are a possibility, but we want to figure out how well this works and if we need to use it on some of these other species that we invest hatchery resources into first.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, next year I've been wanting to fish the Cedar River for a while. And I probably won't get to do it this year, but next year I think I'm going to get up there and try to do that. I hear the smallmouth fishing up on the Cedar is really, really good.
It is, and you know, historically, and when I say historically, I mean when Iowa became a state, late 1800s, etc. Iowa became a state in 1840s, but in the late 1800s, the first fish surveys were done across the state of Iowa, and the Cedar was identified as probably the best fishery in the state, and it probably still is.
Yeah.
And if you want to hit that for walleyes in the fall, it's phenomenal.
Oh, I'll definitely be. I'll call you here in a couple of weeks. That might be maybe that'll be a way to get up there and do that. I'll have to do that. But hey, Jeff, it's always great to have you on. Thank you for letting us be part of the Midwest Walleye Challenge this year. We had a great time doing it with you, and great information. And I look forward to doing this every year and moving forward. And it's going to be a lot of fun, buddy. Thank you. And man, I can't wait to see what happens this fall with everything. I hope it blows up for everybody.
Well, and anytime you want to talk fishing on your show, you just give me a ring and we'll talk about whatever the anglers want. Whatever they have questions about, I'm here to answer.
Well, no, I'll get you back on here in a few weeks. Yeah, that's definitely, it's always fun and it's great information because I don't think a lot of people have access to this. And we just don't, I tell you, it's getting harder and harder to find outdoor content. That's why we need more outdoor broadcasters out there.
I'm here for you, man.
All right, buddy. Have a wonderful week and enjoy your 4th.
I will do my best. You take care.
Thank you. There he goes, Jeff Kopasaka from the Iowa Department of Natural Resources. Nice guy right there. 7:32 and some change. Alan says, wiper limits are highly discussed lately. There you go. Some of very nice smallmouth up on that river. Richard says, Daniel says, agrees, Alan. Huge thank you to Jeff. I think the limit on crappie needs to be lowered to 10 from Dan. Dan says, thanks, Jeff. Great guest. Well, he is a good guest, I'm telling you. Yeah, speaking of great, I got to give a shout out. So it's been so hot, and if you guys don't know, I tore my Achilles filming turkey hunts this year. So I've been my mobility has been dramatically hampered. That's why I haven't been fishing and stuff because I can't get this. I got a knee brace boot or whatever you call that thing all the way up to my kneecap, and I just can't get it wet. So I got a boat in my garage that hasn't even seen water yet. It's driving me nuts. But I went out in the garage the other day. I had to take Raven out, and I got to brace myself to walk down the steps. And I put my hand on my side of my freezer, and it was like burning hot. It was struggling to keep up because the garage was so hot with this 100-degree weather and stuff. And I said, man, I just bought that upright freezer, 2-3 years ago when I went moose hunting up in Alberta because I was hoping to bring home a moose, and I got skunked again. So, but I love that freezer because I can see my deer meat and everything. It's easy to do. But anyway, long story short. But anyway, I said I got to move this out of the garage, and I don't remember last year having an issue with it. I just, unless I didn't just touch the side. But so I called around. I'm going, who am I going to get to get me? Everybody, all my buddies are busy. So I called a couple moving companies. I guess I'm just going to have to get a mover to do it. So I called around, and I'm not getting paid to tell you this. I'm just sharing this I want to say thank you to all Iowa movers. I called around. I got a hold of this one. I called all Iowa movers, and I got a hold of Kip. He's the owner, and I told him what was going on. I told him I had Achilles tear, and I'm not allowed to carry anything, or I can't move a freezer. And he goes, well, where do you need it? And I said, well, I'm either going to put it in the kitchen by the refrigerator, or I'm going to move it downstairs where the other freezer is. And he goes, well, we can do that for you. And I said, well, how much is it? And he told me what it was. And just really, really nice. He goes, when do you need this? I said, can I get it done tomorrow? I don't want to lose my deer meat and stuff. He goes, yeah. So Kip and Xavier came over the next day. I called them on Monday. They came over Tuesday. They unloaded my whole freezer for me, took everything out, took it downstairs. Jenny decided she wanted it downstairs, so we put it downstairs. And they hauled the freezer down there for me and took care of it. I got a veterans discount. They got 10% off for vets, 5% off for seniors. And from the time I called them to the time they were done, just very, very polite, professional. I'm just telling you right now, I told them I was going to give them a big thank you this morning because they saved my deer meat and my freezer. So if you need something moved, or you're moving, kids will be going back to school soon. If you need help, please consider giving Kip a call. He is the owner. All Iowa Movers. You can find them. I left a really nice review on their Google review page, and they're really, really nice guys. 515-661-8400. That's 515-661-8400. Tell them Outdoors Dan talked about it if you call. I'd appreciate that. And just super nice people. And I called several people, and I'm not going to say the other names, but man, some people were kind of rude. Some people they didn't want to mess with it, and it means a lot to me when somebody's willing to help you. And I really appreciate Kip and everybody there at All Iowa Movers. So thank you guys. I'll be right back on 1350 ESPN.
Hey guys, Jackie Bushman here with Buckmaster.
Thank you, Jeff. Good morning, Hoyt. Good morning, Rick.
Mississippi-based Backwoods Attractions product line has you covered. From their food plot blends like Trophy Acre.
Chris, it really depends on the clutch of the nest. Usually 10 to 12, but mortality rate in Iowa is like 1.5 colts make it through the fall out of that clutch because of predators and other things. But that's a great question.
So do yourself a favor and swing by and support your local co-op or farm supply store.
What did I name my boat? I don't know yet. I don't know if I really named it yet, Jeff. I haven't even got it out on the water. I probably need to go fishing with it once before I name it.
It's the story of Revelton Distilling Company.
I was thinking like the Jenny Bell, something, the Jenny, something.
The labor of Rob and Christina Taylor. It's amazing hearing the customer's description.
I like that Jenny. I mean, that's a nickname for a hen turkey, and my wife's name's Jenny. So I'm kind of partial to that.
American Gin or vodkas. Revelton Distilling visitors can't believe.
Ready to make that trade, Andrew? Let's make that trade. I think that's you can pick one. Pick one, Andrew. Pick first.
Have you liked it so much? Why don't you say it?
I'm trying to help you win. I'm trying to help you win. I want you to win the league again.
Well, I do too. We are both in agreement on that.
And I got a message from my brother. Mahomes is off limits to you. If you pick Mahomes, he's driving up here, and you won't like the conversation. He said. I said, I got bad news for you. He's picking 9th, 8th, or 9th or whatever. You probably won't see Mahomes on the way back.
You pick him first. Pick him in the first round, or
you won't take him on his first. That'd be silly. Name it Achilles. No, Hoyt, I want to forget about this. I see 2 hens together yesterday with 15 poults. I was shocked. That's awesome, Chris. That's great. Good. I'm glad they're doing good in Pennsylvania.
They're quiet and maneuver easily within the blind. All models can handle Consumer Pro video and perform quietly in the field.
There you go, Scott.
Custom pick your setups with 4th Arrow camera arms. If you're looking to tape your hunts this season, check out 4tharrowcameraarms.com. Outdoors Dan approved for the field for great video action.
You're heading out on your morning hunt well before sunrise.
Wow, we got a lot of people on here today. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you. Morning, Mountain Man. Hey. So I'm doing. Hey, I'll tell all you guys on the Facebook's live stream. So I had a few of my Buck Talk Radio shirts that I got made earlier year when we did that drawing in the spring. So I sent those to Pennsylvania with Todd Rupert, Rooster and Peace turkey calls. So I'm doing a deal for all my Pennsylvania friends. If you go to Creek Archery, I think Chris said there's 15 of these shirts. They got them at the archery shop. So if you live out in the out there in the Greensburg, Pennsylvania area, it's Buck Talk Radio shirts. Just get a hold of Chris at Creek Archery. It's $20 a shirt. And I'm sending an Ozonics unit out there and a Tacticam camera. And you'll get a great shirt. This is one of my favorite shirts I ever got made. I just had to change the logo a little bit. But I love this. You can get that and you might win a great prize. So get a hold of Creek Archery Chris. And if it was me, I'd be buying a few because your odds of winning are better. I always like to do little contests for little pockets around the country just to see how my listeners are doing. We got a really good listenership out there, and I really appreciate everybody out there doing that. Murph and AJ and Mountain Man and Matt, all the people out there. Jeff, I'm just trying. Let's see. David, good morning. Good to see you, buddy.
Imperial RV also features a full-service center ready for any repair that your RV might have. Imperial RV can finance on-site to help you with all your financing needs. They also have a full-service parts department for anything you might need to keep your camper going. They're open Monday through Saturday, located at 1727 South Ankeny Boulevard in Ankeny.
Hey, we got the big Irv and Pam Wagner Memorial Shoot this weekend, too. Don't forget that down there in Indianola at the Ikes.
That's ImperialRVCenter.com. Imperial RV Center in Ankeny, making memories to last a lifetime.
This is the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on Des Moines Sports Leader, 1350 ESPN.
All right, it's the big memorial shoot for the Mid-Iowa Archers. It's the Irv and Pam Wagner Memorial. And my little buddy, that's my little buddy Mark Wagner's mom and dad. They do the memorial shoot this time every year, June 29th through the 30th. 25% of the proceeds will be donated to a youth program in their memory. The shoot is open to everyone today. Adults $10, members $5, 12 and under are free. Registration is 7 to 3 today and 7 to 12 tomorrow. All shooters must be off the course by 3 p.m. They got biscuits and gravy, sausage and pancakes today until 10 o'clock, steak sandwiches and hot dogs from 10 to 2, and they're ready to go. So go down there and check it out and shoot an arrow and think of Irv and Pam. They did a lot for a lot of bow hunters in Iowa. So thank you to everybody involved with that. Doyle, thanks for getting that to me. Appreciate that. And everybody, good luck today if you're out there shooting. Let's see. Good morning, Steve. Good to see you. Hey, I got another thank you I need to do. I want to thank Biff over there at Bike World in West Des Moines. I just got me a new e-bike. I got me a Rambo e-bike from Mark at Archery Field and Sports. I got the Megatron. I'm going Transformers this year.
Megatron.
So yeah, I did. This one's got all-wheel drive on it, so I won't be able to. I won't be getting stuck like I was with that other bike I got a couple years ago. But this is really nice. And Biff, I can't work on anything because of the stupid boot thing I got on my foot. So Bike World came over to Archery Field and Sports and picked that up for me. And Biff went ahead and I put those Tannis liners in those fat tire liners so you don't get to worry about goat heads or thorns and getting flat tires. They picked it up and they dropped it off at the house yesterday. And Biff said he got that thing up to 40 miles an hour. I said, well, I'm not going to be doing that. I can tell you that right now. But Biff, thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. If you need help, go give the folks at Bike World. They do a great job over there in West Des Moines. They got several locations. So, all right, I think I got all my thank yous and attaboys and everything in. All right, 244-1350. If you want, I'm going to give this away. And all you got to do is tell me what fish were we talking about in the first part of the show today. I got this really nice tray chair table. Just make sure you haven't won anything in the last 30 days. Comes in a really nice little box. Andrew will answer the phone. Just tell Andrew what fish we were talking about, and you're a winner. How about that? JLM's got a big sale going on till the end of the month. $50 off. I think he said he was going to do this in July too. So if you spend $1,000 or less, you get $50 off. If you spend over $1,000, you're going to get $100 off. Thanks to Dallas and everybody over at JLM over there. Daniel, you got to call the show, buddy. You can't do it on the live stream. 244-1350, 244-1350. Just what?
Write it down for me.
Well, you know what I was just talking about.
Yes, but
what was I just talking about?
Right.
Yeah, it starts with a what?
I'm not gonna. We can't give it away. I'm not.
Yeah,
sorry, my mic's not working.
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay.
What? You want me to really write it down?
What?
You really want me to write that down? Okay,
So,
here you go.
Yeah. Well, I say that only because there's a couple, and I think some couple that we mentioned.
Well, we did. To be fair,
you're right.
You are exactly right. We did talk a couple of different fish. So I'm looking at the one we majority spent the show time on.
Okay,
there you go. There. That way nobody's griping at. Andrew's always looking after me. All right, they had the Iowa Scholastic Clay Target 244-1350. 244-1350. Yeah, there you go, Richard. It wasn't drums. I didn't even mention drums. All right, Iowa Scholastic Clay Target Program. They got a whole bunch of kids out there that took part of that on June 13th through the 15th near Pella, and congrats to all the kids. They got a new track chair track going on at Big Creek. I had talked a little bit about this the other day, and I wanted people wanting to see what was going on. So if you go to the Big Creek State Park, it's one chair, and you can call and make reservations, and that thing will get you all over the place. So go check that out. All right, let me do the fishing reports real quick. I'll start doing that. And fishing reports is brought to you by the fine folks at Ray's Marine up in Grand Rapids, Minnesota, the Midwest Walleye Challenge, Trika Fishing, the Bait Caddy, and Weeby Knives. So we appreciate everybody doing that, okay? Black Hawk Lake, 70s water temp, black crappie bites fair, gills are fair, bass are good, walleye are fair. Take care, Dan. You gotta be good, buddy. Thanks for watching today. I appreciate you. Boy, Jeff's on. Jeff's still doing the. Check out the live stream. Jeff's putting out some good information on the live stream. Go check that out. That's the Outdoor Call Radio Facebook page if you want to catch the live stream. Black Hawk Lake's doing good. Brushy Creek, they're finding crappie in about 5 to 10 feet of water. Gills are good, bass are good, walleye are fair, perch are fair. Clear Lake, crappie bite is slow, channel catfish are fair, bass are good, walleye are fair. East Okoboji, crappie are good, gills are good, bass are good, yellow perch are fair. Ingram Lake, the walleye are fair. They're doing early morning, late evening on Ingram. Silver Lake, the walleye bite's really good. Spirit Lake, it's about 1.3 feet over crust. Black crappie bite good, gills are good, walleye are good, perch are good. West Okoboji, lake level's 1.7 feet above crust. Black crappie bite's good, gills are good, pumpkin seeds are good, walleye are fair, perch are fair. Little River Watershed Lake, gills are fair, bass are good. They're catching walleye up to 22 inches on jigs, tip with night crawlers along the roadbed and creek channels at Little River. 3 Mile Lake, the walleye bite is slow. 12 Mile, black crappie slow. Gills are good. Largemouth bass are fair. Big Creek, walleye are fair. Early morning, late evening. Crawlers and leeches. Bottom bouncers are jigging or trolling is producing the best bite on Big Creek, according to the report. How about that? Huh? We got through that pretty quick. Hey, don't forget now, we got the Big Pines Resort fishing trip we're doing. If you listen to the Outdoor Call Radio app Monday through Friday and just send me a screenshot of a show that's playing that you're listening to, email that to me, outdoorsdan@mac.com, outdoorsdan@mac.com. I'll put you in the drawing. I'll give that away probably at the end of August. And we gotta get out of here for a break, but I'll tell you more about that on the next hour. We'll be right back on 1350 ESPN.
Hi, this is Dr. Don Gilbert from New Life Counseling Services with offices in West Des Moines and Ankeny, Iowa. I know things can be tough in the world today. I see it every day. People dealing with relationship issues, parenting struggles, anxiety, depression, or folks just looking for a new direction or plan in their life. If you find yourself struggling and are looking for someone to help you find answers to a better relationship, a marriage, or just helping everyday stress, just consider calling New Life.
Chair table.
We offer a family-friendly, straightforward approach to helping you to get through the layers of stress that can be harmful to your health, relationships, and your work. The staff at New Life offer one-on-one sessions that get right to the heart of the matter. We work with you so you can discover better choices on how to handle the issues you might be dealing with in your life. When you're looking for someone to listen to you, we're here. Please consider calling us for a confidential appointment at New Life, 515-225-4006 in West Des Moines or 964-5003 in Ankeny. Also find us 24/7 at newlifecounseling.com.
You're welcome, Richard. We have a lot of fun with that.
If you're an archer, you know
That's
how
easy.
important
Just
the
listen to
feeling
the
of
phrase that
performance of a bow
pays.
is on your ability ability
that gets you in the
to send that
walleye
arrow
trip.
to where it needs to go.
The show logo thing is for the secret
and that's
listener.
especially true when it comes to gearhead.
I just gave away a
Gearhead
Weeby
bows
knife
made
this
in the
morning.
USA.
I'll tell you who
Feature
won that when we
models
come
that are
back.
compact,
But
quiet, and lightweight.
it's easy to win
These
on the
bows
app.
maneuver
Just
extremely
free to
well,
listen, free to
whether you're in
download,
victory
and
stand or the ground
eventually
plane.
that's where
If you're
every
a
show is
saddle
going to be
hunter,
on.
Gearhead
We'll
is
be just doing
definitely a
stuff
bow
on
you
the
need to
app
check
every week.
out. Gearhead bows are engineered to be
As
ahead
soon
of
as
the
I
game
get
on the newest
I got
tech
just a
available
little
out
bit
there.
more.
Gearhead
As soon as
shoots
we
for
get up to
100%
a
customer
couple more
satisfaction
100
every day.
downloads,
They are
then
constantly looking at
we'll
ways
probably
to keep
just do everything.
gearhead
Because
both
that way,
quiet,
no matter
family
where I'm
accurate,
at,
and affordable. So when you're looking for your next hunting
I can hear
partner,
you
head
talk
over to
over
your
your
nearest
commercials. You
dealer
got my
like
mic on?
Archery Field and Sports in Altoona, Iowa,
No.
or go
Yeah,
online
is your
to
mic on? Jenna said she could hear me.
www.gearheadarchery.com. Stack the deck on your next hunt with Gearhead. Shop online at gearheadarchery.com or locally at Archery Field and Sports in Altoona.
If you're an angler, you know the importance of keeping your bait fresh,
So ask if
alive,
she can
and
hear it
handy.
now.
Well, let's
Can
talk
you hear me
about a
now,
bait
Jenny?
system that helps
Check,
both
1, 2,
catch
3,
more
check, check.
fish and is made in Minnesota.
She just texted
they
me.
know fishing. The Bait Caddy is an amazing bait system that you can use for open water fishing or ice fishing that keeps your minnows, leeches, shiners, and bait fresh while you fish. The Bait Caddy has a clear UV-resistant housing that lets you see your bait at all
Check,
times.
1, 2, 3,
Its
check,
large
check, check.
lid allows easy
I'm
access
not
to
checking
your
you
bait
guys.
and
I'm
keeps
seeing
it
if the
handy and
mic's still
flush
live.
in 8 to 10 inch ice
Nope.
holes. No
You had
loose
the mic
parts,
on.
it's self-filling,
Okay,
and it floats.
all right.
Plus, it's made
I
not
want
to
your
crack,
first
warp, or fade.
and your
The Bait
second
Caddy will
pick.
fit in your light well
Yeah.
or troll easy
Oh,
alongside your boat,
man.
and it's made in the USA. The Bait
First
Caddy has a
and
lifetime warranty and will be a bait
That's
system your friends will want.
I already called Nathan and see if he
Please
wants
go
to make a trade.
I thought you already did.
www.baitcaddy.com.
That's why I was surprised when you asked me here.
I don't know if I want to pick 10.
Made in Minnesota and keeps your
Why,
bait fresh all
why
day.
9th over 10th, though?
I don't know.
Turkey season is a passion shared by
I like
hunters,
trading
and it's
with you. It
fast
works out
approaching
good for
all
me.
across this nation. When it's time to start cutting, yelping, and clucking and purring at those boss toms, don't you want to have a call to run that you have?
And then I got into that
confidence in?
Pete the
You do.
Donut
That's
Man
why you
Ariadne's
check out
league.
Rupert's Roost and
He
Peace
invited
turkey
me to be
calls.
in that. That's
Todd
going to be
Rupert is a
different.
master
That's a
turkey call
12
maker
team
from Pennsylvania
super
that is
flex.
so passionate about chasing toms.
So you got
He
2
started building
quarterbacks playing every
handcrafted
week.
calls in 2016, so he knew he could make the right call
Do you
when
hear
it
me?
mattered. Rupert's Roost and Peace
I
turkey
joined
calls are made
Pete's
of
league.
beautiful woods from
He's got a
Walleye.
12-team
Todd
super
uses the best
flex.
crystal glass
Oh,
slate
so you're getting 2
on all
quarterbacks.
of
2
his spot
quarterbacks.
calls
I don't
and
know if I'm
allow
going
you
to
to make
like
the
that or
most
not.
subtle purrs to the sharpest
Because
cuts
people go
and
like, oh, you
excited
can
yelps that
do
will get
anything
any
with
boss
super
tom
flex.
fired
You don't
up.
have to do quarterback.
Rupert's Roost and
Yeah, you
Peace
do.
turkey calls offers
Well, you're
handmade
silly if
friction
you don't.
box and
I
mount
mean,
calls
But
that
you
will
are,
allow from
with
the beginner
that,
to the
yes, you
most
do. You
seasoned
have
turkey
to do
caller to make the
you have
right
to do it
call
that way.
when
Unless
it
you got
counts.
lucky
So
with
this
like
upcoming
Tyreek
turkey
Hill and
season,
CeeDee Lamb
try
every week.
Rupert's Roost and Peace turkey call and let that tom roost in peace. Hey, Outdoors Dan here. How many times have you had to quit hunting because your feet got cold or uncomfortable? Well, I have a way to keep your feet feeling
Kind of
great
crazy.
in any weather or outdoor activity. Have you heard of Norland or Sock
We're switching
Company?
over to deer season here pretty quick, everybody.
Yeah.
I got morning Nate, morning Jeff. I got some. Next week we'll give away some more mock scrape stuff from Pure Whitetail. It's time to start scraping.
Alpaca Socks also has a natural
I'm getting some real good pictures right now.
Yeah.
I'm getting excited. I just hope. I told my doctor, I said, if I can't hunt out of a tree stand this year, that's not the end of the world. But in October I'm hunting. I don't care what. I will do what I have to do to hunt.
Get that Miracle Cure, because I'm heading out.
Yeah. Well, that's why I got that e-bike. I mean, I can just ride that out there and not walk.
Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN.
All right, welcome back to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN. Got the Gearhead Anthem going. I love that song. Secret listener winner of the week is Chad Engler. Chad is from, hang on, he texted me. I asked him where he was from. Wadena, Iowa. I don't know if I've ever been to Wadena, Iowa. But Chad, congratulations. You are the secret listener. You got a Weeby knife coming your way. All you need to do that is just listen to the app Monday through Friday. Send me a screenshot of a show you're listening to. Email it to me, and you're in the contest. How about that? Chad did that, and he's in there. Speaking of Gearhead, did you know that Gearhead actually has some really good different dip options on their Cerakotes? I did not know that they had woodland camo. Skip sent me a picture of a woodland riser part the other day, and I said, man, that is really awesome. That's kind of, I love woodland camo. That's what we had in the military. So it's just like kind of took me back a little bit to my youth days. And he's also got tree bark. I said, you got tree bark? He goes, yeah. I go, man, when I first started hunting 30 years ago, tree bark was big back then. I mean, everybody pretty much had tree bark and stuff. And I said, can you make me a tree bark bow instead of the woodland? He goes, yep, I'll get it going. So here in a couple weeks, I'm going to have a tree bark camouflage gearhead 24 disruptor. That's going to be cool. I can't wait to show it to you. I just love the options and the adaptability and the accessibility that you got with gearhead, man. They're just good bows. And Rob and Matt down in PA, they're shooting them now. And I can tell you right now, Philip Vanderpool, if you like to hunt, I'm sure you know who Philip Vanderpool is. Philip's going to be shooting a gearhead now. I just saw a thing. He's got 2 bows coming his way. Skippy just shipped them. So welcome to the gearhead family, Philip. What for real? Good morning. Well, yeah, Rob, I wouldn't tell you if it wasn't real. He's got tree bark and woodland camo. Good morning, Bob. Good to see you. That tree bark's going to pop, man. That's going to be a sick camo. I can't wait to get that bow in. He goes, you want me to dip your carbon in that too? I said, nah, just send the carbon in the black. But that disruptor, I definitely want it in tree bark. So there you go. All right, we come back. I got Clint Whitley from the Western Hunting Hub. I got trivia, another big trivia prize to give away. We got other stuff for other fish to fry. We got a lot to do in the next hour, so don't go anywhere. And we'll catch up with you after these words. We'll be right back. Oh, I'm telling you, Rob, that tree bark's going to rock, buddy. I don't like having the same thing as everybody else. And that tree bark camo, when that first came out, if you don't know what it is, Google it. It's not like Realtree or Mossy Oak. Mossy Oak and Realtree are great camo companies. But that tree bark was it's just like taking you back to when you first started. You know, I like that. That thing's going to just blend in, and they just shoot good.
Replaceable scalpel blades that make sure you always have a sharp knife in the field. I have a Weeby knife in my tackle box and my backpack. That way I know I'm covered no matter what job I need to do, and it's going to be done the right way. From turkey hunting to deer hunting, trapping to camping, Weeby knives are my go-to in the field. Believe me?
I'm Ronnie Adams from History Channel Swamp People, and when I want a sharp knife, I'll reach for Weeby knives. You heard me? Weeby knives.
Did you, Rob said he had tree bark when he first started hunting.
Get yours at WeebyKnives.com.
I think a lot of us did, Rob. Older people, you know, us old people.
We look forward to all week. We all want to be better at it and use
I think I'm going to wear. I've been wearing Realtree forever. I think this year I'm going to start wearing Mossy Oak. So that new Bottomland stuff's pretty good, man. I think it's time to switch some stuff up. Mossy Oak's not paying me to do it. I like the camo. I like the way it looks.
We'll give you up to 26% longer cast to keep your bait in the strike zone longer.
I broke my leg after an ice storm during shotgun season. Was in a boot forever. When late season opened back up, I was loading up my crutches and stuff on the 4-wheeler.
Significantly less than other high-end rods available.
There you go, Ricky. Got to do what you got to do to hunt, buddy.
Any reason up to 1 year after purchasing. They also come with a limited life.
I just can't go fishing without getting wet. I get wet, you know, loading the boat by myself or whatever. So I got to get this boot off of me before I fish.
At American Family Life Insurance, we know that
can't walk on uneven ground with it. It just stinks. I feel like Frankenstein, man.
You'll feel good knowing you've taken steps to protect what matters most if you were to pass away. Plus, life insurance is often more affordable than you think. Let's talk about options that fit you. Contact Darren Islander, agent at 515-964-7575 today.
American Family Insurance.
Yeah, Bottomlands is big. I don't know if I was a big fan of the original Bottomlands, Rob. I probably just didn't spend enough time on it, but the new stuff's really good. I got a new vest that I got. It's pretty sharp.
This is the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on Des Moines Sports Leader, 1350 ESPN.
trials and tribulations, I make my stand. Strength in my muscle, determination in my eyes. With gearhead archery, I'll reach the skies. My quiver full, my passion.
All right, welcome back. Hour number 2 of the After Call Radio. I love that Gearhead anthem, man. Thanks, Chad, for doing that. I appreciate that. Skippy sent me that the other day, and I've been playing the heck out of that song. I just like it. Rob and I were talking a little bit on the live stream about Bottomlands. I've been wearing Realtree forever, probably the last 20, 25 years. Realtree is a great company, and I've always liked Mossy Oak, but for some reason, I don't know why I gravitated towards Realtree, but I kind of switched it up a little bit, and what are you doing?
Can you get Clint's number? Give me Clint's number again.
Did you dial it?
Yeah, it just came up empty.
I got a Bottomlands, the new Bottomlands vest. I'm a vest guy. I like wearing a vest when I hunt. You know, you can layer up in the morning. It gets hot. You can take your other jacket off, or you take the vest off. Or I just like wearing a vest a lot. 99% of the time, if I'm hunting, I got a vest on of some type. But that new Bottomland stuff's pretty cool. So I'm good to see that. Hour number 2 is brought to you by the fine folks at Gearhead Archery. Get out to Archery Field and Sports. If you're in Pennsylvania, go out to Creek Archery and go see the gang out there. Get you a Buck Talk Radio shirt. Get you one of those Onyx unit or a Tacticam camera. Buy them quick, because if I know Chris, he'll buy them himself just to win everything. He's like that. I wear Mossy Oak. Love the original Bottomlands. Sweet intro. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate that. I like that music too. It's good things to see. Get out there and get ready. Get your camo out. Look at it right now, and make sure it's not. You got any tears you need to tears from the fences that you. I'm constantly tearing my clothes, man. I'm hard on my stuff, so it's a great time to sew everything up and get ready for the season this time of year. And that way, if you need to buy something, you can usually catch a good sale before you hit the woods. So we'll see what's going on. Is he not answering?
He didn't respond.
Did you call him? Is it ringing?
It rang, yeah.
I talked to him last night. Let me do it again. Clint. Let's see. Trying to call you. Please call us at
Gotta love
515-244-1350.
Which anyone else can call too if you want. Go ahead.
Well, no, we don't want everybody to call
not
right
now.
Yeah,
I'm
because I'm trying to get Clint, our guest, to
road.
call. But I just talked to him last night, so I wonder if something happened. Live radio, you gotta love it. It's just one of them deals. Hey, thoughts and prayers to all the people that have been dealing with the flooding and everything, with the storms. I'm sick of the storms, man. It's just been nuts. And it's one of them deals, you know? Yeah, we need to make sure everybody's safe, and just be careful in that high water. You don't know what's underneath, and it's okay to, just make sure everybody's taken care of. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I told you who the secret listener was. And I got the fishing reports in. We got Clint on the air. Clint, what's going on, buddy?
Good morning.
How are you?
How are you?
I'm good. Did we wake you up?
Oh, heck no.
Uh-huh.
Lots to do.
Can you believe it's July already?
Yeah. It's time to get rolling with things. We got stuff on the docket, and season's going to be here before we know it. So I've been rolling with stuff and need to get rolling a little bit quicker.
Yeah. So, Clint, if you haven't listened to the Outdoor Call Radio Network, shame on you. Download the app. It's free. Download it. You can hear Clint on every Thursday, the Western Hunting Hub, and he's got a great show, and we run that every Thursday. He plays at least 4 or 5 times during the day, so get a chance to check that show out. Man, I tell you, there's so much stuff going on right now. Colorado, after this year, no more non-resident archery tags. There's a lot of rule changes on trail cameras. Iowa came out a couple weeks ago and said they weren't going to allow public use of trail cameras anymore, that you couldn't leave them overnight. Now they put a moratorium on that. So for this year, you will be able to use trail cameras on public ground and leave them overnight. But until they want to get a new law written and signed by the governor before they go in effect. So a lot of changes going on, Clint.
I didn't hear that Iowa one. Wow.
Well, it's Rule 62 if I remember right. I don't have it in front of me. That you're not allowed to use electronic devices on anywhere really to help and aid in hunting. So they were putting trail cameras in. You could use them during the day as long as you weren't using it to alert you that a deer was coming. But and on public ground, you're not allowed to leave anything overnight except your tree stand, not even your ground blind. So they were that's how they were going to try to enforce it. But I guess they something changed. I don't know if the governor stepped in or what, but they definitely put a moratorium on that until next year. So that was a big buzz about a month ago.
Trail camera companies ought to be shaking in their boots.
Well, I mean, you could still use them on private ground. It was it's just, it's really weird how things are shaken out lately. Like in Missouri this year, you could hunt past 1 o'clock on private ground, but on public ground, you had to be out of the woods by 1 o'clock. So it's just like, I think it should be the same for everybody. It should be fair and equitable. I guess they look at it like, they don't want to tell somebody what to do on their own ground, but it's like, well, you do on other things. It's just, I try to be fair with everybody when I, looking at things. And, but man, I just, with Colorado doing that, there's other states that are changing. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's because since COVID ended and there's still, everybody used to go to Canada and all these other places, and then COVID hit and everybody stayed home and started hunting around the West. And I think they found out how good the hunting is, and they're still staying and they're not going back to Canada. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm working on an episode on that Colorado over-the-counter stuff, and I'm waiting on a piece of data that I really need to do that. And by the time I get that, it'll be old news. People are going to have plenty of info out there, but I've got an interesting perspective on that I think I want to share. So looking forward to getting that episode going. Yeah,
and from my understanding, you can get a non-resident rifle tag in the second rifle season. So how's that fair to the bow hunters?
Second and third, I believe.
It's second and third?
Probably second and third.
I guarantee you there will be somebody suing over that, because that's, you can't have it you got to have it fair for everybody.
Yeah, interesting how that'll play out.
And, I don't know how you feel about that, Clint, but, there's always more rifle hunters than there are bow hunters, right?
Man, things are changing.
You think more people are bow hunting now?
I need to look at those numbers. I don't want to speak to that, but there is substantially a larger number of bow hunters than there has been in the past. And just that opportunity and the hype of going west, doing a DIY public land during the rut elk hunt, so popular.
Yeah.
And I used to live in Colorado, and you kind of judge what season was going on and what the pressure was by showing up at the Walmart parking lot at 7 in the morning on a Thursday, Friday before the season, and you'd have an idea of who's coming in, where they're coming from. That parking lot was just jam-packed.
Yeah.
And there's always going to be your second, third rifle season. Well, if that's a thing, rifle hunters. But I'm a non-resident of Colorado. I'm actually in support of it, of what they did, because so many of us left Colorado last year. I didn't say this because I found a spot where I didn't have the pressure, but so many people left saying, "Man, there's just people everywhere."
Yeah, I heard that from 3 or 4 people, that you just couldn't get on any elk because there was too many people, and I understand that. I'm not. Like I said, I just want it to be fair for everybody. But, historically, you look at the gun seasons like in Iowa, Missouri, Michigan, Pennsylvania, there's always way more gun hunters than there are bow hunters. There's more gun tags sold than bow hunting tags. So that's why I was thinking, I don't know Colorado firsthand, but I would always assume that there would be more rifle hunters than bow hunters, because usually that's the way it works out.
It probably is the case. I would agree with that's probably the case. But I can't imagine why they didn't drop just one of those
rifle seasons.
Rifle seasons.
Yeah, I don't know. And I would be happy. I would be happy going out and just getting a cow elk just for the meat. I think that would be a fun late season hunt. I love elk meat, man. And I'm sure you would echo that yourself. But it's so neat to be out there and hearing the ew.
Oh, for sure.
Hearing those cow calls, and if you do get to hear a bugle fire up and stuff, it's like turkey hunting on steroids. I wish everybody would at least get one opportunity to go out and experience that.
Well, and here's a little piece of data for you that is fact. 2021, there was 35,000 archery hunters, and there was 57,000 rifle hunters.
Say that again, Clint. I didn't hear that first part.
So in 2021, between resident and non-resident, there was 35,000 archery hunters. And in that same year, for second and third over-the-counter rifle, resident and non-resident, there was 57,000.
Yeah.
So obviously, definitely way more rifle hunters, but I was curious to see if that bow number was creeping.
Well, I mean, it's just, I'm just saying, like, historically, it's always, it's like 3 to 1 or 2 to 1, and, going from there. Good morning, Gary, up in Minnesota. Good morning, Pete. Good to see you. So, I don't know. I want everybody to have a great time, and, it's getting harder and harder to go find a spot. I just got a text from Hank. Hank said that Arizona outlawed trail cameras, public and private.
Yeah, that was a couple years ago now.
Yeah. So, I think there's a couple other states that are looking to do that too. I don't know. I mean, do you have to have them? As long as you know how to get a topo map or get your Onyx out and look at the topography of where you're going, and you're looking for bedding area, you're looking for travel routes, you're looking for food sources. And then when you get out there, just look and see if you can see ridges and rub lines. And, Clint, I am not the world's greatest elk hunter. I've been 10 times and I've shot 2 with my bow. So statistically, I've been pretty lucky.
That's good.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I would never say that I'm a professional elk hunter is what I'm saying. But I would think if you can find where they're going to the food, where they're coming from, and getting in between there, or catching them, get up super early in the morning and get up on the mountain and try to catch them coming back up from when they're down feeding low. That's usually what I try to do, and it's worked pretty good for me over the years.
Yeah, and if anybody says they're a master elk hunter, I'm not interested in hunting with them anyway.
Yeah. Clint, I get made a fool made out of me all the time. It doesn't matter if I'm turkey hunting, deer hunting, whatever, right. Fishing. I turn my live scope on. The walleye are giving me the fin. I mean, I get it all, Clint. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. No, they can make a fool out of you. And man, I'm jacked for this season. I am really excited. I got a great plan for September, and first time I'm actually paying an outfitter to go drop me off in somewhere, and I've never paid an outfitter a dime in my life, and it's feeling like I'm breaking the mold, and it's a difficult thing, but literally all I'm doing is getting a ride, pickup where an outfitter can drive and I can't, and they're dropping me off, and it's going to put me right in the middle of where I was in a bunch of elk last year, and I can't wait. Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that. I use outfitters quite a bit for the TV show, but that's because I'm trying to get an episode done, and I've only got so many days, and I want to rely on their expertise to get content done. But I did a couple do-it-yourself hunts and stuff, and they're fun, especially those drop camps up at 10,000 feet. That's a lot of fun. But it's there. Folks, if you've never done it before, if you're not good at elk calling or going moose calling. Clint, I actually had the guide up in Alberta last year. Dan, please don't call anymore. Because I could not do, I was trying to do that. I can't do it, still can't do it. He goes, don't call no more, please. I said, not a problem.
Yeah, I did it primarily because where I'm at, like, and I'm going by myself, I just physically and in the time frame not get an elk out in time.
Yeah.
And a lot of people aren't thinking about this. They're thinking of going deeper. They're going in further, and not thinking about you have a big animal that's got to come out, and how are you going to do that in a time frame that meat's going to be good? Because I kind of figured if I didn't have an outfitter, I'm by myself. That's 65 miles of back and forth. Like, that's not doable in 2 days.
No,
3 days.
And you got to get that hide off and get that meat quartered out, and you got to pack that out. You got to be able to, I look at it this way: whenever you're hunting, safety first, and you got to have reverence for the animal and make sure there's no wanton and waste. You got to, if that animal's going to go down, you want to make sure that you're using every protein you can, or as much of it, and we owe that to the animal we're hunting. So
yeah, so I'm excited.
That's
I got to bring my elk back to my camp, so still have probably a 2 mile pack out to my spot to the outfitter to bring me out. So
yeah,
that's still going to be, and I've got the little shuttle spots where it's going to be nice and cool, because I hunt a lot of that high desert stuff. And it's hot. You hunt in the morning, you hunt in the afternoon, you take a nap during the day. It's just hot, or you go ask looking for elk. Just a hot, warm September.
Are you looking for wallows while you're out there too?
If I run into them, great. It's nice to have those for sitting on in the midday. But typically, the country I'm in, there isn't a lot of those for some reason. They travel to water, and if there is a wallow in a cool like aspen pocket, that's when they're pretty close to their bedding area.
Yeah.
So any of those little pockets, it's not, elk could be anywhere. It's elk are on these north slopes, hidden in the pockets, and everything else is pretty open country.
Yeah.
So when they're headed to water, it's usually at night, and they're going down these big open valleys and open areas to head to water, and then they do that when you don't even know in the middle of the night. And so you go into a wallow, I just don't run into many.
Yeah.
And I don't know where they're at. They got to be doing it. I mean, it's just innate in an elk to be doing it, but I just don't find many, and it's probably because I'm not traipsing too far into their bedding area, and there's not a ton of springs in that area. So I've never really, I've sat on a couple, but not my primary hunting method.
No, that's all right. Aaron, good morning. Hoyt, that's awesome, Hoyt. Thank you. So visiting with our friend Clint from the Western Hunting Hub, 8:18 and some change. Clint, you hang on. I got to take a real quick break. I'll be right back on 1350 ESPN.
Hey everybody, it's Outdoors Dan. Have you been one of the few that have raised your hands to serve? Well, first off, thank you for your service. Everyone at MoVet Outdoors has been working hard to continue their mission since it started in 2019. MoVet Outdoors is a group of veterans that want to support vets after service by taking them on outdoor.
Can't believe next week's the 4th of July already. That's crazy. Crazy talk.
At MoVet Outdoors, you can go on hunting and fishing trips, survival school, golfing trips.
First in your 4 trade. Come on, Andrew. Let's do that.
Also, a great fishing tournament every year.
That means you get 2 at the end of the draft. You get CMC or CD Lamb.
So, if you're a veteran or active duty and would like to join a great group of fellow veterans, look up MoVet Outdoors on Facebook and send them a message.
Thank you, Hoyt.
MoVet Outdoors has been working hard with vets every week to continue their
Ricky's
great
picking
mission. Go
4th.
check them out. You'll be glad you did.
Just traded in.
No. What's the difference between 1st and
Trails are not
4th?
always easy. That's why your boots need to fit and
Number
perform
1 overall
when you're
draft pick.
outdoors.
Itasca Footwear has been helping folks on their adventures.
No, I think I know where he's going to try to get.
Itasca learned over the years that
At this point, all his chatter just makes me want to get Mahomes out of spite. I know that's not going to help. I mean, if it's in the right...
Well, no, you could take him at 2.
Yeah, if I take him at 2, it wouldn't be a bad pick, honestly, because he's a running back and a quarterback at the same time. Yeah.
But comfort for all day
But
adventures.
I just go, you know what? I could do it just to spite him. The more he talks about it, the more I...
Oh, he does. You tell that, Andrew, tell him that geeky little pocket protecting little guy that if he gets that, he can stay off of 1-5. That's what he says. So I ain't going to tell him that. He's got every right to draft Mahomes if he wants. Oh.
Are you getting ready for hunting season? Well, you've done your homework, and now the time is getting close. One thing after you've harvested that deer or wild game, where are you going to take it? Well, I have an answer. The Milo Locker in Milo, Iowa. The Milo Locker has been processing wild game and general locker animals for over 50
I'll tell you, Hoyt, it's hot here too, buddy. It stinks. Sick of it. I'm ready for the fall, man. 55, 60-degree highs. That's my favorite time of the year.
Yeah, but then it's followed by the worst time.
Rob and them guys were trying to talk me into moving to Pennsylvania.
Daryl does a great job making snack sticks, summer
I don't
sausage,
know
and
if I'm
jerky.
going to move, but I wouldn't mind living out there. It's pretty. I
They
mean,
do a ton of deer each
that
year
western
by the Locker,
Pennsylvania, man,
and
the
they do
hills,
each
the
order
mountains
like it was
and
their
stuff,
own. So if you get lucky
and I got a
this
lot
year
of friends
and need a
out
good
there.
locker, try
You
the
know,
Milo
Jenny said
Locker.
she wouldn't mind.
Check 'em out
The
today or
food's
just give 'em a
phenomenal.
call at
I've never had so much good food in my life at restaurants and stuff. There's Italian places everywhere, and they're all great. But I don't know if I want to be that far away from the kids.
Yeah.
That's 13 hours. I don't know. Danny's 25, 24 now. Riley's going to be maybe later. But I love Chris's place, and I'd be down there. I could live out there and be happy.
Yeah. I've only been there twice, but I love it.
We would love to have you in PA, says Chris. Thank you, Chris. Hoyt says that's how it is here in Virginia. Well, I drive right through West Virginia by that Cabela's, Hoyt, when I leave there. That's beautiful in there. A pretty area, man. I don't know, Todd Rupert's out there, and Chris and all them guys. And,
yeah, that's true.
I'd miss everybody here in Iowa, though.
You see his scrape line, just can't figure him out. Have you heard of Pure Whitetail? Pure Whitetail can help you see
Well, I wouldn't miss you. We would have fun, buddy. Man, I'm telling you, Jenny would probably be happy with that because the foods out there is off the hook. And then I'd never be home, so she wouldn't have to put up with me. Yeah, I know, Hoyt. I just said I drive by West Virginia. I know you're in Virginia. Yeah.
Try the White Lightning Ester Scent. It's a proven scent that bucks can't resist. Pure Whitetail is more than scents. It's a community of hunters that are...
Baldy's Pizza. If you ever go by Greensburg, Pennsylvania, go check out Baldy's Pizza. It's really good. And there was another place, too, called Jiggers. They had really good hoagie sandwiches, steak hoagies. Oh, those were awesome.
The Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN.
All right, welcome back to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN. My guest is Clint from the Western Hunting Hub. We're talking a little bit about West. Clint, you got any big deer hunts coming up?
I do. South Dakota is kind of the state. I mean, that's where I'm at, but is really where I'm focusing all my stuff this year. I drew a Black Hill deer tag, a whitetail deer tag, and it's kind of it's just an outstanding hunt. It's not a tag you can get every year. You usually draw it as a resident every 2 years, maybe 3 now. I heard some people with 2 points weren't drawn. It's just an outstanding hunt. The number of deer that are in the hills is and our numbers are down even. And even because of that, it's a little different, but it's still so much fun. There's so much opportunity. These deer call in easily. They rattle in. It's the full month of November, so you get to experience the entire rut. It's a fun hunt. I'm looking forward to it, and it's almost the deer in the Black Hills of South Dakota should almost be like a subspecies.
Yeah,
and they are different. You go out into the prairie and they gain 50 pounds. They're a different deer, and there's some really interesting studies that were done. South Dakota State University did those, and it had to do with maternal nutrition that the fawns were getting, and it just makes them smaller. You can tell from a European mount what a hills deer is versus a prairie deer.
Yeah.
Just the way its bone structure is, how small and short the rostrum is. They're just a unique species, and every time I talk about it, I think of Coues deer.
Yeah.
It's similar in that way, but it's just a fun hunt. Easier walk-in. You're not talking big mountains. You're talking the Black Hills. So you've got some decent walk-in that's not too bad. Not a lot of understory. So yeah, that's going to be a fun hunt. I look forward to it. And finding deer is not the problem. We have 1 million acres here. Public land is easily accessible. I got it about 20 yards from my house, and it's accessible for anyone of all levels. So that's a fun hunt. Got a West River, South Dakota deer tag as well in a primarily mule deer unit, and it's a whitetail tag that I'm looking forward to because that one is going to be a challenge. But amongst some little rolling hills I've seen and some bluffs, I keep kicking this one whitetail, really nice whitetail, out of an area when I'm out bow hunting for mule deer. And I was like, man, I'm going to go after that one deer. And I keep seeing him every once in a while and hope he's still in that area. But I'm looking forward to that fun challenge of there's not a whole lot of whitetail in this area, but I know there's some tucked up into these little pockets. So it's going to be a fun deal. That's my deer season, and Colorado elk season will be what it is in September. We should talk about that. But antelope is on the docket too. That should archery antelope, archery deer, of course, in South Dakota. So it's loading up.
Yeah.
September starts with elk and archery antelope. Then we move into October. Should have an antelope arch or antelope rifle tag. And then you're moving. I drew a paddlefish tag for South Dakota. So that'll add in there. November is my Black Hills deer, and then a West River deer tag there. And December, if I still got an archery tag, I can mess around with that. So full fall. Yeah,
it sounds like it. I love hunting out there in Alzada, Montana, out by Wilcox, or not Wilcox, but oh gosh darn it, it's where Hewlett, Wyoming, out by
country.
Yeah, just beautiful country, a lot of nice deer, and I love decoying and getting on down in those little river systems around the scrub oaks and stuff, and man, you can deer just filter through like crazy. It's a really neat place to go, and like you said, it's easy walking, and I love it out there. I was supposed to go to South Dakota this year doing a whitetail hunt, and with this Achilles tear, I had to cancel it. So I'll do it next year with my buddy Dirk, but it's all right. Hey, I need to say hi to my buddy Roop. Roost in Peace Turkey Calls out there in PA. He's watching us right now. Thanks, Roop. Love you, buddy. Mountain Man, good to see you. Everybody's doing good. But no, I'm with you, buddy. It's the fall's here. I think I did not draw Kansas this year, so I'm going to be hunting Iowa. I'll actually be able to hunt Iowa for the rut this year, which is going to be nice. Usually I'm in Kansas. So I try to get my Iowa deer either early or late. But this year I'll be actually decoying during the rut, so I'm excited about that. And then I'm going to try to go hunt Missouri down at my buddy Chris's place. And then I am going to go up to Wisconsin and go hunt with my buddy Skip from Gearhead Archery. So I got 3 solid whitetail hunts lined up already.
Nice. Have you ever tried rattling and calling in whitetails in this hill country?
Not out there. I always have my grunt call with me, but usually I try to get them between the bedding area and those, like The last one I shot actually was just off. I found some scrub oaks by a spring. I was sitting on an alfalfa off an alfalfa field, and I mean there was tons of deer sign, but I just didn't see the deer I was looking for. And I said, well, hunting out west is not hunting in the Midwest, so something's changed. And I started looking around, and we found some scrub oaks down in the valley, or down in the coulees, or whatever you call those things. And we moved a stand, set up, and I shot and got a deer that next morning. So, just if it's like anything, if they disappeared, that means usually the food changed.
Yeah, you give it a shot someday. Like, I don't sit in the stand. I just go sit on my knees and with my bow, and it's nothing to call in. When you hit the timing right, call in 8-10 deer in a day.
Wow, that's great.
Around all day long, and some days you can't drop those antlers fast enough, and those things are running into you, and then you get busted trying to pick your bow up, or you do that with a buddy, and you can't predict the direction they're come running in, so you're trying to set up like you are for elk or turkey, and it doesn't work because they come in busting you to your left. And
yeah,
it is something else. That's what makes that hills hunt so iconic, and I can do it every year with a bow, or now this year with a rifle. So
yeah,
high point, sit in a high point, and just watch those traveling bucks and trying to find a good one.
Hey, that's my favorite thing to do is either rattle or decoying deer, Clint. That's my favorite thing to do all year. So it's good, man. I gotta go. This half hour, I knew it was gonna fly. We'll get you back on after hunting season and kind of do a recap and see how you did. And everybody, go check out the Western Hunting Hub. He's on the Outdoor Call Radio app on Thursdays, but you can also go check out. Clint is on a lot of other things too. And tell them how they can get a hold of you on Facebook or on your website.
Yeah, Instagram's primarily the most updated thing. Western Hunting Hub is the handle there. Facebook as well, Western Hunting Hub. So check me out and have to chat with somebody. And you can call me anytime. I'll talk hunting for a half hour.
Okay, I'll get a hold of you. I'll get a hold of you for the rut and stuff, and we'll see how you're doing. Is that okay?
You bet.
All right, buddy. You be safe out there, and thank you for everything, Clint. We appreciate you being on the network.
All right, thank you.
I talk to you. All right, there he goes, Mr. Clint from the Western Hunting. I'll be right back with Smokin' Joe Smeltzer on 1350 ESPN.
If bow hunting or archery is your passion, get to Archery Field and Sports in Altoona and see what's new in your sport. Archery Field and Sports has been helping archers and bow hunters for generations. They have the experience to help you with your purchase and help you reach your goals. Archery Field and Sports carries archery gear from Matthews, Hoyt, Bowtech, and Bear, plus all the top extras and accessories you'll ever need. Mark and his staff are trained on all the latest tuning and setup techniques and are experts at personally fitting you.
Morning, Jeff. Thank you. I appreciate that, buddy.
Indoor range that will help you with getting sighted in. Archery Field and Sports has leagues and personal training sessions available for you to train for the upcoming seasons that'll help you fill your tags. Archery Field and Sports at East 56th Street in Altoona.
Well, that coffee went
Tuesday
today.
through Sunday with leagues during the week. For more information, go to archeryfield.com or call 515-265-6500.
Heading to your favorite outdoor spot? Is your hunting, fishing, or utility knife ready for any task? Well, if you used the original Work Sharp knife and tool sharpener before you left, you bet they are. The Work Sharp knife and tool sharpener is designed to sharpen every knife you own.
Hey, if he answers, if he's going to be on, do the Ducky song
The
for
sharpening
him.
system is able to sharpen a variety of knives, including curved and serrated knives, tonto blades, fillet knives, gut hooks, axes, and even kitchen knives. The Work Sharp knife and tool sharpener does this with precision angle sharpening guides and flexible abrasive belts to ensure the proper 20-degree angle every time.
Man, it's been a long week, but hey, we're doing all right.
Family-owned and operated company.
Yeah, we have made it to the end.
3 hours sleep last night. Can you tell?
How about you?
I need more coffee.
Oh, you know, Dan is actually a little better than normal. Oh, yeah, I don't know if it's just lack of sleep or what.
Lack of sleep.
I'm sure he'll get back to his normal self.
water issues that need to be taken care of.
You know, I'm sure at some point here during the conversation he'll be the get off my lawn guy again.
Iowa, Jesse
Get off my yard.
get their carpets, upholstery, tile, and grout
Yeah.
yep.
Grouchy old me.
We got a resident here every Saturday morning.
That's me, buddy.
Remediation and cleaning can handle any size job,
Oh,
from single
man.
home to
But, how you
multi-unit
doing?
apartments or offices. They
Yeah.
offer first responders and military discounts every day. So if you need help at home or work getting things
I
back
know,
to
it goes
normal,
by
or
way
cleaning
too
up
quick,
after
and
stuff
then-
when they make a mistake, pick up the phone and call 319-400-6921. That's 319-400-6921. Or look them up on Facebook at Richard
I
Remediation
can't do
and
much.
Cleaning. One call cleans it all. Look them up on Facebook at Richard
Exactly.
Remediation
At
and
least
Cleaning,
it's been
or call
wetter than normal. You know, I mean, very much wet with the
If
floods
you're
and
into
everything,
cooking wild game or grilling, you
After
probably
Call Radio,
love to
this is Andrew.
transform
How you doing,
your
Joe?
wild
Hey,
game into
put you on
delicious
hold. We'll
meals
be
or
right
great
with you.
tasting snacks. High Mountain
They're in
Seasonings
5
has
minutes of
everything you
conversation.
need to help you make some of the best tasting sausage, snack sticks, or jerky around. High Mountain Seasonings offers simple, easy to use
Oh, well,
kits that are
thanks,
used at
Jeff.
home,
I
including
appreciate
3
that.
new low-sodium blends that will produce wild game snacks your
That's why we do the show, buddy. Just some friends sitting around the table, drinking a cup of coffee or having a cold one and just relaxing. Talking, hunting, and fishing.
High Mountain has also just introduced taco and fajita blends that are
I'm not into,
kitchens and
you got to do this like I'm telling you to do it if you want to be successful in the field.
Well,
Never said that, never will.
I'll survive it.
Usually just say, well, this is what works for me. And half the time, I can't say it works for me because I get made a fool of.
Favorite grilling meats taste great.
This is the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on Des Moines Sports Leader, 1350 ESPN.
Put down the ducky if you want to play the saxophone.
All right, welcome back to the Outdoor Call Radio. It's Outdoors Dan. I hope everyone's having a good Saturday all across the good old US of A. Last show in June. And the guy that likes to put down the ducky when he's trying to make a new truck sale. That's right, Smoking Joe Smeltzer. How you doing there, Smeltsy?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Did you hear that song we played for you?
I did.
Yeah.
It's new.
Put down the ducky. Yeah, I heard that the other day, and I said, that's Joe Smeltzer all over the place right there.
Well, thank you for thanking me.
Yeah. Yeah, you were good. I'm glad you're on here because I'm running out of character voices for me to do of you.
You are?
Yeah. Last time I did it.
I don't have any ideas for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, last time I did an Italian that turned into a Scottish guy before I was halfway through, and I don't know how it was all over the place. What's going on out of Carl?
No rain today.
That's good, man. We got pounded yesterday.
We got a little bit up north here, but it's just like, and I don't mind it every once in a while, but when tornadoes hit and all that stuff, I feel like every storm we have has a tornado in it. It's like, okay, this is exhausting. Let's be done with this.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel bad for all the people that's been storm damages, and I mean, all the flooding and everything. It's just been a mess this year. I mean,
it has been a mess.
Yeah, I mean, we're out of the drought. That's a good thing, but you know, I'm like I told everybody, I'm ready for some 55, 60-degree highs. You know, some north winds, and just let it cool down. Get out and do some fall fishing, and get ready for bow season.
You're already there?
I'm already there, buddy. I already flipped the switch. I've got all my arrows fletched. I fletched up some flex fletch arrows the other day, and I got a new bow. I ordered a new gearhead yesterday or the day before from Skippy. He's sending me a tree bark camo Disruptor 24 and a carbon to try set up and shoot. I don't know if we're gonna call it the Outdoor Call signature bow, but I think we're gonna have an Outdoor Call signature bow for 25.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah, so that's in my 30 years of bow hunting. This will be the first time I've had the honor of actually having a bow named after me or the radio show. And Skip's just been a great partner to work with, and I'm excited. There's some good things happening. We got a new TV show starting next year called Bowstring Adventures. It's going to be like a 10-15 minute show. It's going to be short and sweet, but I'm going to have listeners send me footage of their hunts. And and I was going to do it for people shooting gearheads only, but I talked to Skip the other day, and Skip goes, "Don't do that. If someone's shooting a Matthews or a Bowtech or whatever they're shooting, go ahead and let them do it. I said, really? You're okay with that? He goes, yeah. And that's what I love about Skip Peterson. Skip Peterson wants people to get out, go hunting, have fun.
Yeah, just enjoy it.
Just enjoy it. Get some protein for their families. And, I mean, that's a hell of a thing for a sponsor to tell you to go ahead and let other people shoot other products.
Sure.
And still put them on the show. So we're going to give away a Kansas whitetail hunt in 2026. If I use your footage, you got a shot at winning that. And it's going to, a lot of stuff going on, Joe.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
No wonder you're excited for this fall already.
Yeah. Busy, busy, busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm not there yet. I'm getting closer. I think because I go to Canada next week for fishing. So usually after that, I'm like, okay, fishing season's kind of over for me just because I don't have a whole lot of time to do it. And then once that hits, I'm like, bow season's around the corner. Let's do it. Let's get the kids back into school. Let's go shoot some arrows, and let's get ready for October 1st.
Yeah, I'm with you. What's going on? I saw Costco's got rebates still. Is that still going on?
Yep, that's good next month. And then obviously today's the last day of the month, so great deals going on for the day. And then on Monday we'll get new incentives for the month of July. I just don't know what those will be at, but there's some rebates that are up to $6,000-7,000 depending on the type of the vehicle that you're buying, what kind of engine it's got, whether it's like a gas or diesel, because those things do matter in terms of the rebates.
Yep. If you got a Costco membership, folks, you can get $1,000 off your truck.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah. That's a heck of a deal.
Every vehicle, but most vehicles it's on.
Yep.
But it's a great offer. And that rebate specifically is good through next month. So one that I do know that's going to go through next month. So because they always do like kind of a 2-month run on those rebates when they do the Costco deal. So
yep.
But,
that works.
So that's kind of it for today. But yeah, just keep them busy and ready to get going. So
all right. Well, tell them where they can find you.
I'll be here all day. Even Dan may not think so, but 1101 Southeast or Lake Rock. I'll be gone the next 2 Saturdays because I'll be in Canada.
Okay, that's fine. Have fun fishing. I'll take care of it. I'll try to work on a new accent for you.
Well, you got a couple weeks, so I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, we'll be fine. All right, Smoking Joe. Thank you, buddy.
Yep. Take care. Have a great weekend.
You too. There he goes.
Everybody.
Yeah, head up to Ora Labor to Carl Chevrolet and look for the little cubicle with the palm trees. That's Smoking Joe Smelters. He'll take.
I need to put some more of them.
Yeah, there you go. Have fun, buddy. I'll see you.
See ya.
There he goes. He'll take good care of you. He always takes good care of me. I'll be right back on 1350 ESPN.
Hey guys, Outdoors Dan here. Do you have a message that you need help getting out, or do you need help promoting your business? If you do, we need to have a chat.
Well, Chris, go buy you another one. Then you got more chances to win. There was only I think 15 of them. I love this shirt. It's just I had to change some stuff up. The next shirt run I do, it'll be an outdoor call radio with a Bowstring Adventures on the back. So I'll do that. I'll do that in the fall. The problem is they're just so darn expensive. It's crazy. And I don't like charging people a lot of money for stuff. You know, I just got to make a little bit to cover my costs, and it's just crazy. You know, if I could cut Andrew's salary in half, I'd have more money.
Go online to chasedecals.com and start planning your campaign today.
Hi, this is Quentin.
And this is Brianna.
A little thing
Well, Hoyt, all you got to do is get a hold of Creek Archery and buy one, buddy, and get in the drawing. There's only 15 of them, and then they're gone.
Is the last bite. The last bite is nice and juicy, and it's wrapped up in some crispy breading that keeps it nice and tasty. And being able to scoop up my Chick-fil-A sauce with it, it's just like the best part of the meal. It's an undefeated combo. Order the chicken strips on the Chick-fil-A.
He's only got large, or I'm sorry, Hoyt, I think there's only extra large and 2X left, buddy. I think that's all Chris has. You have to hit me up when I get the new ones.
Have you heard of Soldier Boy beef jerky? Soldier Boy jerky is slow smoked in small batches to ensure generous, tender morsels that taste outstanding.
I do have a heck of a contest for the Iowa Deer Classic next year. We're going to give away a buck decoy. Got a buck decoy and some other stuff we're giving away. A DSD.
Soldier Boy beef jerky is veteran owned and proud.
And then, hey, about another couple weeks, we're going to do the Ugly Buck contest on the show here. So you're going to get my buck decoy we've been using on the TV show for the last couple of years. Old Bucky, man, he's been a good decoy.
Available at Sportsman's Warehouse.
Soldier Boy beef jerky. That and some pure whitetail. Morning, Jake. For more information, please check us out online at www.sb. Hey, Richard, email me his contact info.
Our dogs are part of the family, and we want to protect them at all times. Do you live in
Jeff Duggar, if you're serious about cutting Andrew's salary, I'll be retiring soon. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny.
For over 19 years, a Pet Stop system will not only keep your pet from leaving your desired area outside, but can also be set up to keep your pet out of areas in your home.
Last big break. Oh, what did I take it so early for? That's all right. Give me a chance to visit. Visit with some people. We gave that other prize. So I just got that turkey call to give away, right?
Yep. Call 515-975-2190 or go online at petstop.com. Pet Stop of Des Moines. Outdoors Dan recommended and Raven approved.
Oh, Raven. Ugh.
You're listening to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN.
All right, welcome back to the Outdoor Call Radio with Outdoors Dan on 1350 ESPN. We got the Big Pines Fishing Resort trip going on right now. If you listen to the app Monday through Friday, send me there's a phrase that pays. And like this last week was walleyes were getting picky. So that's over with now. I'll recut a new one tomorrow, and that'll start Monday through Friday. All you got to do is listen in for the phrase. It plays 4 or 5 times a day. Easy to figure out. Email that to me and you're in the drawing. Someone's going to get a 4-night, 3-day stay at the Pines Resort. You're going to get a brand new truck, a fishing rod, a bait caddy, and a Weeby knife fillet set, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So that's a heck of a deal. Target traffic event. This is going to be in Saturday, August 10th, and Sunday, August 11th near Story City. It's a big 3D shoot to help with to fight trafficking and to help people that have been sexually exploited. It's a great thing. It's through the Wings of Refuge. It's a Christ Center ministry in Ames, Iowa, that provides long-term restorative safe home for survivors. They have 6 participant categories going on. They're going to have high score prizes. They're going to have long shots. There's going to be an on-site raffle, online auction. They're going to have people there from Heart Shot Ministries to help people shoot if they've never shot before. There's going to be food all day, from breakfast through dinner, available for a free will donation. If you want more information about this great shoot, go to targettrafficking.net, targettrafficking.net, and they'll take really good care of you. I want to thank Roger and Susan for getting a hold of me to promote this, and they hope to see everybody there August 10th or 11th. And we'll have them, as we get closer to the event, we'll have Roger on to talk about that a little bit. So how about that? Speaking of talking, how about Dr. Scott Obi-Wan Kenobi Yagi? He helps me talk because my teeth are okay. If I had teeth issues, I wouldn't be able to talk as much as I do, and that's because I go to Advanced Family Dentistry over there and 907 North Ankeny Boulevard in Ankeny, Iowa. You can give them a call at 964-1490, 964-1490. Check them out anytime at AnkenySmiles.com. Dr. Brandt, Dr. William, Dr. Stewart, Dr. Yagi. They're all good dentists. They do a great job no matter just general dentistry. If you need any kind of problems with that you're having, they'll take good care of you, from crowns, root canals, you name it, they'll help you. Even give you the smile you always wanted with Invisalign. Advanced Family Dentistry. He's a Jedi dentist. I'm a big baby, and he uses the Force to calm me down. So when I leave, they always say, "May the Force be with you."
The Force will be with you.
I'm done, Obi-Wan. I'm not talking to you no more. So, speaking of contests, I know Christmas is a little bit away, but ladies, if you're listening, how would you like a half-carat pair of diamond earrings? Because we're going to give away a half-carat, at least one pair of diamond earrings around Christmas time, thanks to Herman's Fine Jewelers. We're going to call it the Hunt for the Holidays, and I'll tell you more about it when we get closer to it. But I want to thank Donnie and Frank and everybody there at Herman's we're doing this for Donnie, who she lost her dad, Donnie, and my buddy. I miss him, and I wanted to do something special this year in his name and memory. And we're gonna maybe give a couple pair away. I'll get a hold of them before we start the contest. But you just need to listen to the radio show, and we'll do that here. And someone's gonna get off. At least one person's gonna get an extra special Christmas gift this year. So I'm excited about that. How about that? I'm wearing the same shirt this morning. Haha. Thanks, Jake. I appreciate that. Great shirts, man. Great shirts. $8.49 and some change. Jones Brothers Taxidermy. If you need some taxidermy done, give my buddy Dave. He's retired now. He needs a job. 515-249-4362. 515-249-4362. So I'm personally right now between. Good morning, mailman. Rick, the mailman Elliott. I always like listening to him. And between shows, I'm doing 6 radio shows a week right now, and then I'm starting to edit. I'm trying to do all the opening spines and everything for Bowstring Adventures right now. I bought Adobe Premiere. Man, I'm living on YouTube. I never felt like an idiot so much in my life. What a learning curve that is to edit on that. But between that, I'm just trying to get my hunting stuff ready. Great time of year, like I said. Go through all your camo. I need to have a garage sale. We need to do an outdoors Dan garage sale. We haven't done that in a while.
Yeah.
I need to get rid of some stuff. So maybe this, when the kids go back to school, maybe we'll do an outdoors Dan garage sale. Because I could definitely use some extra cash and I got stuff people make their year.
I can attest to that. I've seen a lot of stuff that a lot of people would.
Well, I mean, you've been, I get, it's just, I'm not bragging. It's just I get stuff, I'm using product all the time, and some stuff, I got stuff I haven't even used in boxes. When Larry and Ryan come over, they're like, "You're a hoarder." I said, "What'd you call me?" They said, "You can't separate yourself from your stuff." I said, "Well, it means something to me, But I got I know one thing. I probably got 15, 16 grunt calls still in packaging. I'm going to do a grunt call special. Like $12. They're like $20 normal retail. I'm going to sell them for $10 or $12. I need to figure this out. I'm going to talk to Mark at Archery Field and Sports, and here in a couple of weeks before deer season, we'll do a big sale or something. I'll do a garage sale at Archery Field and Sports. I got to ask him first though. Yeah, maybe I'll be out there in a paintball field. You have to come and find me. No reasonable offer refused. Man.
There you go.
Yeah, what was that, Green Acres, Mr. Haney? Mr. Douglas, I've got a grunt call just for you, Mr. Douglas. Yeah, I'll give you $50 for the boat. Yeah, the boat's not going anywhere. Actually, I had somebody try and buy my boat the other day. Since you're laid up and you're not using your boat, you want to sell it? I said, I haven't even used it yet. No, I don't want to sell it. It's my retirement, man.
Oh, that's funny.
That's why you never close the garage door. Come get my stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you, Richard. I'm getting better about that. Or Rick. I'll go 75. No, thank you, Richard. Yeah, the blue. I gotta name that boat. 853 and some change. Man, we had a good show today. We had Jeff Kopasaka on from the Iowa Department of Natural Resources, and that was a good first hour. Clint with the Western Hunting Hub. That was a lot of fun. We need to get Speed on here. We haven't had Speed on a little bit. We need to get him. No. Usually we have him on around the 4th.
He's always glorious and fantastic.
Well, he was doing a rib wagon in Minnesota, so I didn't want to bug him. If he's out on the road, I don't like bugging him because, man, that's a lot of work putting those rib wagons together. So I don't know. Kind of crazy.
Yeah. Well, hey, it's always fun to have him on, though.
Yeah, we had a new show on the Outdoor Call Radio. We put Broken Knock. Is it Broken Knock?
Broken Knock.
Broken Knock, yeah. Broke Knock? I don't know. Knock Knock? Who's there? Broken Knock. No, Broken Knock who? They're on, what did I play them on, Wednesday? I played them on Wednesday, yeah.
Gosh. You have got, when you retire from all this, you've got to be the jingle guy,
Next turkey dinner, I'm looking around the studio to see how much stock you have in turkey.
You could be just like, you could get a Malibu beach house in no time if you do that.
Hey, Todd Rupert, I've got a turkey call right here. Right here. Hey, first caller, 244-1350. If you want a Ridge Runner Rupert's Roost and Peace mouth call, I'm going to give this away right now. First caller. Just make sure you have one in the last 30 days. Just first caller.
Yeah.
Just call Andy right now. All you got to do. Because Todd Rupert, I don't want to be accused of not giving away all your calls.
Well, ask Todd what they should say, when they call in.
Just say, I want that.
Todd, what do you think?
I want that Rupert's.
Give a code word, like Skippity-Doo or something
Rupert's Roost and Peace turkey calls. Don't call it Rupert's calls, because you can't call it Rupert's call. Because there's another Rupert turkey calls, and if you call it Rupert's turkey calls, you're going to get Todd the Rupert Roost and Peace turkey call mad. Because eventually, when he started Rupert's Roost and Peace turkey calls, he couldn't do Rupert's turkey calls because somebody had already got that. Now Todd called the original Rupert's turkey call guy, and they very nice guy. And that's when Todd went out and had an epiphany one time. He was out hunting, and he had a rock hit him from somebody threw a rock and hit him or something, and he goes, Tombstone. Yeah, that sounds good. Tombstone pizza. Hey, Tombstone, Rupert's Roost and Peace turkey calls. That's how all that transpired.
That's glorious.
Right, Todd?
That is it. That's exactly how they make movies out of right there.
Oh, it could be a full feature movie.
Oh my gosh, I'd go see it twice.
Yeah. The legacy of let's see. The road and the bend.
The road to roost.
Yeah, the road to roost. I like that. That's good. Morning, Rick.
Man, we're good.
Yeah.
You're starting to rub off on me because it's starting to work.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get used to that.
Yeah. Out on a limb with Rupert's turkey calls. Rupert's Roost and Peace turkey calls.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah. You are a great listener, buddy. Thank you, Todd. I appreciate that. Yeah. I appreciate that. We got big things coming for Rupert's Roost and Peace turkey calls. It's not going to be called. It's the new stuff is. It's not. I'll just tell you right now. It's going to be a game changer. That's all I'll say. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. He's got a good stuff, man. Good stuff. Yeah.
I mean, Dynamite turkey calls as well as just a great name.
Wait till the Deer Classic next year. We've got a Deer Classic special for you that's going to blow you away. Somebody's going to win a hell of a deal at the Deer Classic.
I'll take it.
You can't.
Oh, man.
You're ineligible.
Damn.
You don't even bring donuts to the show.
I did last week.
And I didn't
and
eat.
You didn't take a single one of them.
I didn't take a single donut because Andrew, he brings a box of donuts. He goes, yeah, the kids told me to make sure. I told him, I said,
you got first pick.
I am not going to take a donut away from a kid. I'm just not going to do it. I just refuse to do that. So I made sure the kids had donuts. Broken Knock Productions. There you go. Knock, knock. Who's there? Broken Knock. Hey, we'll be right back next Saturday. If not, in between, we'll see you Wednesday on the Outdoor Call Radio app. Have a great weekend. Be safe out there. God bless you, and thanks for listening. Bye! Thanks, everybody. Have a good weekend. Appreciate you. I will see you on Wednesday. Wednesday. Be safe out there. Have a good weekend. We'll be there next year. Oh, there you go. That's fun. Bye, everybody.